Philip and I have been like this for many, many years. And he is also, I would say he's a little bit like a rock to me. I was like, thanks, Vic. But it's more of the supportive angle and vice versa, I would hope. Because, you know, when you align with people that want to be able to lift you up, and this is lifting yourself up personally and in business, and with family, you know, his wife and his son Harley and his dog and his girls, you know, everything that he does is to inspire them and give them hope that they can be the best that they can be. And he does it in so many different ways with the British School of Etiquette, which sounds very official, but he is doing more than just teaching you how to eat with a knife and fork, which he tried to do with me once on an aeroplane. And I was like, no chance. So again, as always, Phil, thank you so much for being here with me, my friends. And I now give you your 8 minutes.
Vic, thank you so much. Hello to all you incredible, wonderful people. Thank you very much to this dynamic team that's making this all happen behind the scenes. I know you've had a huge amount on your plate and so far, incredible speakers. I'd like you all to remember one thing, and that is the following sentence: the power of etiquette and manners. As the market leader in our industry, we were founded purely on bringing people together and learning from one another and taking the good from one another's cultures and incorporating them into our own lives. This is what we call, obviously, inclusion on all fronts. And this really helps us to connect on every level and build incredible friendships and relationships. Someone asked me many, many years ago, Philip, what are etiquette and manners to you? And my reply was very much, firstly, in a world where you can be anything, be kind. Secondly, it is the ability to put people at ease and make people feel very comfortable in any given situation. Thirdly, have what I call is a sort of a what can I do for you attitude. How can I help you and how can I support you? And fourthly, if we all do a random act of kindness on a daily basis, we may just set the world in the right direction. There's an incredible word in Southern Africa known as Ubuntu, which is it's an Nguni Bantu term meaning humanity. It is often translated as I am because we are, or humanity towards others. In other words, human nature, humanness, humanity, virtue, goodness, kindness. Now, at Nelson Mandela's memorial, United States President at the time, Barack Obama, spoke about Ubuntu, and he said, there is a word in South Africa known as Ubuntu, a word that captures Mandela's greatest gift, his recognition that we are all bound together in ways that are totally invisible to the eye, that there is a oneness to humanity, that we achieve ourselves by sharing ourselves with others and caring for those around us. We can never know how much of this sense was innate in him, or how much was shaped in a dark and solitary cell. But we remember the gestures, large and very small. Introducing his jailers as honors guests at his inauguration, taking a pitch in a Springbok uniform, turning his family heartbreak into a call to confront HIV/AIDS. That revealed the depth of his empathy and his understanding. He not only embodied Ubuntu, he taught millions to find that truth within themselves. Now, as Archbishop Desmond Tutu describes this perspective, Ubuntu is not, I think, therefore I am. It says rather, I am a human because I belong, I participate, I share. In essence, I am because you are. Now, we are all truly in this together. We know we are. We will only succeed by really showing respect for one another and by building these incredible relationships and partnerships. Relationships showing love and care for one another through out our lives, our existence on this earth. And there's only really one race, and that is the human race. We need to empower one another. We all need to participate as stakeholders in this world now and for the generations to come. We can all succeed together exceptionally as and when we adopt this humanity towards others. This is what this is about. You know, coming from my roots from Africa, I would love to share a story about a South African rugby player known as Makazole Mpimpi. He plays number 11, and for those of you who follow rugby, that's the wing. And when the coach, Rassie Erasmus, was interviewed, there's Erasmus, and he's breaking down while recounting a heartbreaking story relating to Makazole Mpimpi's story. And Mpimpi, who scored South Africa's first ever try in a World Cup ever in a final, which is something that you must understand is a fairy tale, because this young man was born into poverty in the most horrendous circumstances in a very small village in the Eastern Cape. And rising now to stardom is just something which just fills me right now with goosebumps and emotion. And the coach goes on to explain that on the back of the jerseys, there are numbers where the players could have their photos of their family members inserted into those numbers. And he only had photos of himself embedded into that number 11, as he didn't have anyone else. And the coach is now becoming very emotional, and he asks Mpimpi, he says, Makazole, why do you only have photos of yourself? And he said, well, coach, you know, I don't have anybody in my life. You know, apart from the team and apart from you, my brother died, my mother died, and I don't have any photographs. And Erasmus now finishes the story, as I'm about to also burst into tears, by saying he doesn't play for the one thing. He just has a massive, massive heart, a big heart. Now, we all are so busy. We have our own priorities and important plans and agendas. Often, our attitude is, I don't want to be inconvenienced. Don't bother me with your problems. I've got enough problems of my own. And too often, because of our own selfishness, we choose to close our hearts, and we close them to others, and we close them to everyone around us. And I think we often ask ourselves, how can I tell if my heart is open or closed? And I think the very simple answer to that really is, are you frequently concerned about other people, or are you only concerned about yourself? Do you take time to really make a difference and encourage others to lift their spirits and to make people feel so much better about themselves? Do you follow the love that God puts into our hearts towards somebody in need on a regular basis? There's a beautiful, beautiful saying from Maya Angelou, and it goes along the following lines. I've learned that people will forget what you said. People will forget what you did. But people will never forget how you made them feel. And I'd like to take this opportunity to really share my purpose with you and all why I do what I do. And so here it goes. The purpose of my life is to be alive and joyful, to be so present with energy and passion, and to really embrace and appreciate those very close to me, to learn and grow and work with people so that I can really make a difference and inspire and help them to live a fuller life, to love more abundantly, and to make a greater difference in this world now and forever. So my final message to all of you is this. You all have a journey and a story. Life is not a dress rehearsal. You all have so much to offer. And remember something. We have a past, we've got the present, and we've got the future. There's been talk about mindfulness. There's been talk about being kind to you, being gentle, having time to meditate. And I ask all of you to go out there, find your purpose, find your why, and make a difference. Because we all have a duty in this world to march forward and help others. And Vikki, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. It's been a true joy and an honor.
You are welcome, my friends, and I love the stories. I love the stories that you come through. You didn't talk about the duck flying into the mouth. God, I was expecting that story. I have to come back and tell that again. But yeah, feeling. How do people make you feel? That's what I really grasped out of that, because people can say things, but it's what their actions are and how they make you feel. And that's what I really, really wanted to bring together with Hit Talks and the team's intentions with the desires, to really help you feel our intention, feel our love, feel our hope, inspiration, and transformation to be able